Hello and welcome back to Tesla News. My name is Marian, I'm your host today, and I'm going to give you more updates regarding this entire situation in Shanghai. I'm going to explain you what's happening over there and of course what the impact will be for the Tesla Q2, but as well in the long term how this could shift and move a lot of things that Tesla wasn't planning to do so. So first of all, we have Tesla China analyst here clearly stating that the reopening of the factory will happen not sooner than the 15th of May. So a lot of people have discussed that online on Twitter, and I'm just going to say one more time, he was pretty correct in recent months, so I actually trust him as he has actually a connection to somebody working in the factory. So the challenge with this date is not that Tesla is not able to get any employees to move into the factory. That is actually not the case. But the big challenge is actually a logistical supply chain challenge, because you can produce cars, but you're not able to actually bring them anywhere because Shanghai is in a lockdown. A few districts are open, you can do whatever you want. Then other districts are in total lockdown for the entire time. And this is the challenge here, as you are having a factory that wants to build cars, but you need the trucks with all the goods that you want to have when you build a car. And you want to have all the car carriers moving the cars away. But if they are not allowed to move anywhere outside of the structure in Giga Shanghai, then you can produce cars, but you cannot deliver them to the harbor. And that is the main challenge here, why this factory is not able to open. You can get employees back to the factory, they can sleep there. That's not the issue here. So now Troy Tesla spotted something very interesting, that the Model 3 standard range deliveries in the US in Q1 were much lower than normal. And this is actually surprising because it's the most favorite car you can buy, and it is the cheapest one currently. So the Model 3 standard range deliveries went down and the long range variant kept going up. So it might be very interesting if Tesla has already decided to move Model 3 standard range variants towards Europe, as they do know that it's going to take longer. They're not going to officially say that, but we have a lot of people in Germany who got calls that their car will come in May. But this is not going to be possible based on the assumption we had at the beginning of the video. So you do see that Tesla might be moving cars from the United States. I'm checking a bit what's happening in the next days when it comes to ship tracking, if there are ships actually on its way from San Francisco towards Europe. It would actually make no sense, but if the demand is so insane and people are actually waiting for a car, this could actually happen. Another thing that we have to take into consideration what this entire situation could have an impact on is the decision if Tesla might be saying, well, now we need to produce Model 3 variants in Grünheide much faster as we anticipated. And we need to do that not to be so dependent on the Chinese market, because it doesn't really look like that the Chinese government is going to change its strategy. So even if they reopen in May, they're might have to close in September, October again, if that is happening. So that is the challenge here that Tesla has. And I hope that Tesla might really have a wake-up call here that they need to be more independent. So Austin is very important for the American market and the North American market. And we do see that here based on the numbers. But in Europe, Tesla has the challenge that for many people, the Model Y is just way too expensive. And I can understand that. 50,000 euros, 55,000 euros. Right now is the cheapest version, 57,000 euros. And if you don't buy a Model 3 here, then you have an issue because, well, if you don't receive it because there's a lockdown, people might actually decide to go with a different brand. So I think Elon Musk would have to decide if they can move towards Model 3 production as well in Grünheide in the next coming months. It needs to be faster than expected. That is my personal opinion. Please share your opinion under the comment section. I'm always happy to see what you think about that. Despite that, Tesla is already dominant in Europe, is already dominant with the Model Y in Germany. But the challenge is that many people, based on inflation and everything, they just don't want to pay so much money for a car, even though a Tesla is a very good brand. And I have people who have saved a lot of money to buy themselves a car, a Tesla. But they're saying now, well, I mean, honestly, it's not worth it anymore if I cannot buy the Model 3 and receive it soon. So that is kind of the challenge which Tesla is in right now. I hope Elon Musk is going to do a decision on what he and the team can do to make it more effective and actually sell as well the Model 3 in Europe from the German factory. Despite all the challenges, though, as you just saw, Tesla is very dominant in the German market, but as well the Tesla Model 3 is selling pretty well in China, increase of 2.8%. I think that is also a lower number based on the lockdown we had already in the past weeks. The Model Y is dominant in the Chinese market as well, so a lot of people are going to wait as well in the Chinese market for their EVs. Again, guys, I'm not going to go into more details if I find the strategy of the Chinese government correct, if I find the zero coronavirus strategy correct. Again, this is not a political challenge. Then we are looking into the challenge of Shanghai and what this could mean for other car companies. Because, as I mentioned before, Shanghai is a big harbor. There's a lot of stuff coming as well for mainland China. And of course, for factories that are currently able to operate. But if those goods, if those stuff that needs to go to the factories is not coming because there's a lockdown in Shanghai, this is also going to have a big effect on the Chinese economy and all the car makers in China. So this is also something we need to take into consideration. Right now, the focus is on Tesla, but it's also going to affect other car companies in China very quickly. And that is something that is going to be one of many, many bad news this year. We had the war. We still have the war in the Ukraine. So for the car business, it's a very challenging time, not only this disruption of the EV market and moving towards EVs, but also all the supply chain issues and the stuff that is happening in the world. So thank you very much for being here. And if you want to be staying up to date, please do consider subscribing to my channel. And I wish you a wonderful day. Take care. Thank you very much.